Hi JCAC family, welcome back to our channel. In today's video, I'm going to be starting a series on building confidence in children. The number one request I get in the beginning of counseling, regardless of the presenting issue, is can you help foster more confidence in my child? Whether it's a child dealing with depression, going through a divorce, or just struggling with school. In this series, I'm going to be going over 3 different important skills that you can be doing at home to help foster this in your child. So let's dive in. Welcome to part 2, where we're going to be talking about discipline and how you redirect your child and how that ultimately affects their self-esteem and their confidence. The original Greek word for discipline means to teach. And so with that, when you think about how you give your child consequences, how you redirect your child when they make a mistake, what are you teaching them? What are they learning? Are they learning that if I do something small wrong, I get a lot taken away? Are they learning I have to be careful around my parents so that I don't lose my TV time or my favorite thing? Sometimes with discipline, when it's a little too much or when it's over the top, we teach our children to be sneaky and we teach our children that they are bad. And I don't think anyone's intending to do this. This is no one's goal, so I'm not blaming anyone here, but we just have to be mindful of that. Of in a moment when they've done something wrong, are we using that as an opportunity to teach them what is right? So what I encourage you to do is something called connect and then redirect. So let's say Johnny has just punched his sister, and we don't hit each other in this family. That's an important value for you. It's hey, what happened? Letting Johnny say his side of the story, letting his sister say his side of the story, and then letting everyone know we don't hit. That is not something we do in this family. So we're all going to take a break and catch our breath. Or if Johnny's really upset or if the sister's really upset, we're going to nurture. We're going to move in and we're going to co-regulate with our child. Co-regulation means we help nurture the emotion before we try to teach. Because when a child's upset, something called flipping their lid. They're not thinking clearly right now. They're emotional. They're reacting. They're not, this is a good time for me to learn what's right and wrong. I don't know about you and your children, but when my son gets in trouble, he gets pretty upset with himself. So I need to nurture that first. I need to let them know that I'm not here to tell you you're a bad person because you made a mistake. So we move in, we co-regulate with the child. You know, I get it. Sometimes that can be really frustrating when your sister picks on you. She frustrates me sometimes too, but hitting isn't the right choice to express your frustration. And then letting them feel it. You know when they're ready to talk about it, when they're not in alert mode or they're not physically emotional anymore. When they're not kind of sassy and talking back, they're not ready. And so sometimes what we do is we give consequences for the sass and the talk back when we're basically not teaching them how to regulate through the emotion because they feel like they've made a mistake. They know they're in trouble. They're upset. And so we need to give them room to feel that and learn what to do with that. This is a teaching moment. They're not little adults yet. At 25 years old, you need to be able to regulate and move through your emotion and make a better choice and be able to own what you did. But we're talking about a 6-year-old right now. We're talking about a 9-year-old right now. They need us to learn how to do this. So we need to model that of, okay, we did something wrong. Yes, you are going to be upset. Let's move through that emotion. And then when you're ready, we'll talk about it. So this is where timeout can be really helpful to regulate and calm down. Or sometimes timeout, I'm in the room with them. I'm sitting next to my son on his bed, rubbing his back as he's starting to calm down. And when he stops blaming his sister for everything or telling me I'm a big dummy for putting him in trouble, when all that stops, I know he's ready to talk. And I'll even ask him, are you ready to talk yet? No, it doesn't seem like you are because you're blaming your sister still. You're not ready to talk. If this is helpful so far, please hit the like button to share it with more people so that we can get more of this good information out. Thank you. When they're ready to talk, a conversation can go something like this. I know you felt upset. I understand. That sounds pretty frustrating, what your sister was doing. But we can't hit. That's not what we do in this family. That's not what kindness is. So next time, what can we do different? What could help when your sister's being frustrating? How can we move through that? How can you reach out for help for me? Or can you tell her to stop? Or can you leave the room? Kind of help them come up with ideas. so that next time he can try better and he can do better. And then when he comes up with an idea, we kind of make that the game plan, and I tell him, I expect you to do that next time. I'm really hoping that you can do this next time, because I count on you. I trust you. Give them a consequence. Okay, you still did hit. So, we're going to take away TV time for an hour. You need to go give her a hug and apologize, whatever that looks like for you and your family. But I would be careful with consequences. The important thing is they learn. And consequences can help when the lesson's heart's not sinking in. But if we give too many consequences, or the consequence is too harsh or doesn't fit the crime, then the child starts to become intimidated and scared of us. Not scared that we'll hurt them, but scared of what I'll lose. I don't want to lose any more time. I don't want to lose any more of this. And so that's when they start lying and becoming sneaky. We don't want to foster that in our children, obviously. So this is really important that we learn how to connect, redirect, and foster a sense of trust. I'm going to count on you to do this right. And if they're really struggling, if you can tell that they're really struggling to make the right choice, maybe they're impulsive, maybe they have poor emotional regulation. This is their way of asking for help and more support. Maybe they need counseling. Maybe they need to learn how to regulate some of this emotion, because usually there isn't a bad kid in you. Usually your kid isn't just bad. Usually your kid just needs support and learn how to do and manage their own emotion. So the way I help children in counseling to grow in their self-esteem and their confidence is I teach them what their emotion is, how to name it, and how to tame it, so that they can have a sense of, I know my body and I know how to take care of my body. That's real confidence. It's not contrived confidence, puffing yourself up and walking in the door. It's more about, I can handle it. I can trust myself to handle it. That's self-confidence. That's what I want you to help foster in your child at home by how you're navigating when they make a mistake. We don't need to throw the book at them. We just need them to learn and grow and try better next time. I hope this helps and hopes this creates a conversation in your family of how you do discipline and how you redirect. A book, if you want to dive into this a little deeper, is No Drama Discipline by Dan Siegel. It's a really great book that helps you unpack that. It goes in the connect to redirect and other types of strategies as well, and asks really good questions to help you and your spouse come up with a game plan of how you're going to co-parent together. If you want to see the next video as it comes out, that video is on developing character. That will come out next. To see that video as it comes out, please hit the subscribe button and notification bell. Thank you guys for being a part of the JCAC family, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video.